But right as we were coming under the Golden Gate Bridge, that really serves as a piece of the military history here in San Francisco, which is really rich, and it's something that you can see and feel across the Bay Area. And just a couple weeks ago, I caught up with two volunteers who work in the Marin Headlands, and they're stewards of history, and they told me about Battery Townsley up there, a set of guns that were pointed at the Pacific, and they were there to serve as the first line of defense in the event of an attack that never came on U.S. soil.
Wow. This was actually happening. Yeah, there's 100 and some guys up here on any given day.
Nestled among the Marin Headlands is military history you can touch and feel. It's stuck in time from when it was created as defense in World War II.
This was the real deal. This is as close to the front lines as you got in the United States. They really felt after December 7th. It was just a matter of time before the Japanese hit either here or Los Angeles or mouth of the Columbia, one of those important strategic ports. San Francisco seemed to be a no-brainer.
John Martini and John Prince are stewards of history. As volunteers for the National Park Service, they oversee and educate about Battery Townsley, a set of massive guns that were originally aimed toward the Pacific, positioned atop cliffs in the North Bay.
As amateur historians, we just get a kick out of doing the best we can to interpret this idea or this area and let others know that something did happen here.
But the action in this area stopped at preparation.
Nothing happened here. There were no battles fought. That's one reason the National Park Service is preserving these sites, is for posterity to tell the story for future generations.
And on the Marin side, from the headlands there at the Golden Gate Bridge, all the way out to Point Reyes.
Had it not been for the 1972 Congressional Act establishing the Golden Gate Recreation Area, the pair says history could have been lost to developers.
For all the men that came here, some that left here and never came back, and things of that nature. It's history. Like we keep saying it, don't we, over and over again. It's history, and if you don't like history, don't come.
Despite its lack of combat, more than 1.6 million soldiers were shipped from the port of San Francisco and into the Pacific Theater.
One way in and out. It's called the Golden Gate. So from a military point of view, it doesn't come any better than this.
No, you couldn't draw it up any better, and here it is already.
For Martini and Prince, it's now about educating generations.
As much of a kick out of educating the 70 and 80-year-olds who wander by here as I do the 8-year-olds. There's some hope that the next generations will do their best to make this still be available.
A living reminder to learn from our past to prevent conflict in the future. Now, it was such a pleasure to really explore that part of the tangible history of the military history here in the Bay Area. Once again, more than 1.6 million U.S. service members traveled in and out of the port of San Francisco during World War II. And that the inner workings of that battery up in the Marin Headlands, it's part of the National Park Service. That is free and open to the public. And both Johns actually give tours of that space the first Sunday of every month.